Hi, 7th graders. We're on lesson 8-7, which starts on page 445 in your textbook, solving inequalities by adding or subtracting. So our learning target then is solving inequalities, and we're just doing it with adding and subtracting. And the next lesson will be multiplying and dividing. Solving inequalities is very similar to solving equations, especially when we are adding and subtracting. So if you look at this inequality, n minus 8 is less than 15, if we had an equal sign here, we would know that this would be a one-step equation. We need to get our variable alone and solve for the variable. So we're going to do almost the exact same thing for solving with an inequality. So we're going to still set up our railroad tracks, and we still want to find out, now this time because it's less than, so we still want to know what numbers, so there's more than one number that would fit here that would make n minus 8 less than 15. So we are going to, so just like it's an equation, because we have minus 8, we are going to add 8 to both sides. So negative 8 plus 8 is 0, so we have n is less than 15 plus 8 is 23. So we know that any number less than 23 would make this inequality true. So if we put in 23 minus 8, we get 15, but that's not less than 15. If we put in 20 minus 8, we get 12. Yes, 12 is less than 15. So instead of we're still bringing down our sign, but instead of an equal sign, we're keeping it as the inequality. Okay, if we have negative 4 is greater than or equal to a plus 7, make my tracks here. I can see my variable is on the right side, which is a, so we want to get a alone, so we need to get rid of 7. So we're adding 7, so we're going to subtract 7 on both sides. Negative 4 minus 7 is negative 11. Bring down the sign. Negative 11 is greater than or equal to a. I'm going to rewrite it then. A is less than or equal to negative 11. So notice that I'm flipping my a around to the other side. Therefore, I have to flip my sign around. So any number less than or equal to negative 11 would fit this. So negative 11 plus 7 is negative 4, which is less than or equal to negative 4. Okay, 12 is greater than x plus 3. So we have our x over here. We're going to subtract 3. 12 minus 3 is 9, is greater than x. Flip it around, then we have x, is less than 9. Okay, pause me and do these next two on your own. So n plus 1/2 is greater than or equal to 4. Adding 1/2, the opposite then would be subtracting 1/2. So we have n is greater than or equal to, subtract 1/2 over here. So 4 minus 1/2 would be 3.5. And then, we have y minus 1.5. So we're going to add 1.5 to both sides plus 1.5. So we have y is less than 3.5. Okay, the Airbus A380 can seat up to 853 passengers. Suppose there are currently 632 passengers boarded on the airplane. which inequality indicates how many more people are able to board? So up to 853, so that means less than or equal to 853. So if we have 632 currently, 632 plus P, we know that it has to be less than or equal to 853. Less than or equal to. So then we would solve. We would subtract 632 from both sides. So 853 minus 632 equals 221. So we would have P is less than or equal to 221. So it would be our answer. Our tornado is classified using the Fujita tornado damage scale, the F scale. An F1 tornado has wind speeds that are at least 73 miles per hour. An F2 tornado has wind speeds that are at least 113 miles. Which inequality indicates how much the winds of an F1 tornado need to increase so it becomes at least an F2? So we could go 73 plus X is, it needs to be, so it becomes at least, so that means it needs to be at least 113 or more. So it's going to be greater than or equal to 113. Oops, my line should go there, not there. So then we can solve and subtract 73 on both sides. And we would get X is greater than or equal to 40. So our answer would be F. All right, make sure you log on to NICU and take the 8-7 NICU quiz.